Media here, and well, here we are in 2019, and Bitcoin has hit $10,000. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking at this on CoinMarketCap.com, it's at $10,153 per Bitcoin. And for now, we're gonna, for the ease of use here for those watching, we're gonna judge it in dollars, but obviously it's not necessary to do. We can judge it just by value versus a price of living. Anyway, got 2 people out of 129,000 people watching. Thank you, 2 people, for watching this live stream here at World Alternative Media. Make sure to press like on this video. That is right, we have hit $10,000. Once again, $10,153 right now. Which is, it's funny because I did a video earlier today. I recorded a video because my live streams weren't working for whatever reason. So I recorded a video on Bitcoin and how it's going to be hitting 10,000 right away, and my thoughts on it, as well as the price of gold skyrocketing. And I'm going to get that video up anyway. I know now at this point it's like, oh, well, it's already happened. But I still want to get that video up. So I'm going to put up that video tomorrow, I think. I got a video going up right now on Iran, so I got to focus on that because that's probably... It's hard to say what's most important right now because, Bitcoin can be very revolutionary if it's used for good, and blockchain infrastructure technology more so than anything. But it has a lot to do with the fact that we're reaching a new age in money, and we are seeing... the Federal Reserve looking at possibly bringing interest rates down, which is a huge red flag. At the same time as gold and silver skyrocket, and now we have Bitcoin skyrocketing. It says a lot. I mean, Bitcoin was created allegedly in order to combat against financial crises. So to see this happen right now, to see Bitcoin hit this number, I'm going to refresh CoinMarketCap here, and $10,123 per Bitcoin. Obviously, Ethereum is at $294.89, up 7.59%. Bitcoin's up 5.73%. And XRP is up a little bit. Litecoin 1.77, Bitcoin Cash 5.09, EOS at 2.57, and then Binance Coin in 7th place is 5.18%. Anyway, this is huge though. I remember doing a video in 2017 about how Bitcoin was about to hit 10,000 as we spoke. Then it did, and a good time was had by all. And obviously we saw it soon after climb dramatically. It won't climb as dramatically as last time. Consider percentages or rather than numbers. That's most important at this moment. Because we will, I do believe, in my opinion, see it break, 20,000. Then we'll be out of the bear market completely. When we surpass the past all-time highs, that's when we are in a true bull market. But it is bullish right now, that's for sure. And subjective judging bullishness and bearishness anyway. But I don't think 8729 Alexa says 16 days to 20K last time. How long this time? Well, I think that I don't think we'll be seeing it in 16 days. I mean, it's hard to say because again, it is all about percentiles rather than numbers. So, I mean, we went from 900 in February 2017 to 5.8 in October of 2017, which is a significant jump, more than 5 times, about more than 6 times. But then jumping to, by December, just 2 months later, to $20,000 from 5.8. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. There's a mixture of speculation and bubbles increasing in this realm, as well as at the same time people trying to preserve their currency against the inevitable crash of the fiat empire. So it makes sense. There's 2 sides to it. There's a good side and a bad side. We just have to work on the good side and try to innovate and scale. Scaling is incredibly important right now for something like Bitcoin, or else then what's the point? We are just leaving ourselves wide open for more control and market manipulation and all the stuff that you see in all markets. But anyway, we are seeing crypto move. And It's about time. I think most of us had a bit of a rough time in 2018, unless you traded. If you were trading, you probably did okay if you know what you're doing. But I just wanted to say hey to everyone, let everyone know I am putting up a video tomorrow. Make sure to press a like on this video, by the way, to keep us moving. But I am going to be posting a video tomorrow on all of this and gold and all that, a bit more down to the detail, looking at articles and all that kind of stuff. But of course, now that this has happened, it's going to make my video already outdated. And that's the thing about crypto. And I remember talking about this in 2017. You talk about it one moment and it's here, and then by the time you post it, sometimes a couple hours later, it's a totally different story at that point. So hopefully it's not too out of date. If it is, I'll have to redo it. I guess I have no choice. But I basically was talking about why this is happening, and I will get that video up tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going to get a video up on Iran, which is also very pertinent and in the news. So anyway, I wanted to let everyone know what's happening. I'm going to the Bitcoin 2019 conference in a couple days in San Francisco, so we'll see what people over there think. Sure, people are enjoying this bull run. There's a chance that we could be seeing $7,500 still. Very possible. It's hard to say around the psychological level of 10. People are weird. But I have no doubt in my mind that we will see a $20,000 Bitcoin again, which some people told me just 3 months ago now, that I was full of it and I was crazy to think such a thing. So, I don't know. People have to start listening to me. I said in November of 2017 that we're going to hit 20,000 and drop in Bitcoin. And then I said at the end of December that we could probably look at, I don't know, possibly three bottoms that I laid out. One was 4,800, one was 3,600, another was 2,800. It fell to 4,800, bounced to 5, fell to 3,600, bounced to 4, and then fell to about 2,900. So it was very close. I think you can forgive me for that. And then I predicted most of this happening when it bounced up to 47. And people still don't believe me and still don't listen to me. That's fine. I don't blame them. I wouldn't listen to me either. So anyway, we're gonna do more on this right away. This is obviously huge news, and it has a lot to do with the way the economy is changing, the way the world's changing, the tensions, war, possible war with Iran right now. It has a lot to do with things like, the dollar, the fall of the monetary system, the change of the guard, I guess you could say, the centrally planned digital cashless society versus the decentralized free market competing currency cashless society. There's differentiations that must be noted, especially looking at China versus, well, your crypto wallet. Obviously a bit different. About, when we were talking about something that's in your own hands, and then a manipulative, centralized, technocratic super state, where if your money's in the bank, it's always or it's never your money, it's always the bank's. And if you're especially if it's digital and cashless, if it's in the bank, it's not yours. And that's a huge thing for people to try and understand, that they're loaning their money to the bank with no real promise of getting it back, which is incredibly dangerous. You have to realize that the depositors' insurance at a lot of these banks is slim to nothing. And Mario Draghi has been talking about getting rid of it. And some people are talking, Subgod was 123 is talking in the chat here about I should talk about the dollar crash. And we got a lot of videos coming up on that in the future. We've done a lot of them. But in short, all fiat currencies eventually revert to their true value of zero. They always have. They always will, going back to 1024 AD in China. You could tell I've rehearsed that because I've said it a lot of times. But it's not going to be different this time, and we are facing a situation where banks are bankrupt, the perpetuation or continuation of what we saw in 2008 with the recession, and then we have things like Bitcoin, which was built to combat recessions. So it's really big news. And the Federal Reserve is talking about lowering interest rates, which is huge. Australia just did that. That's huge. Now, I should mention, because I see some comments coming in, Bitcoin, it's not fiat, because fiat is literally by definition by force, by legal tender laws. The use of force, you have no choice but to use this currency. And then there's fractional reserve lending, and then enforced usury upon the populace, which causes people to have to pay off the interest on the debt, and then the set currency value pushing the price of living and skyrocketing, causing wage issues, which people confuse as wages not being high enough, when really it's just a price of living skyrocketing thanks to vast amounts of printing. It's crazy. There's a big difference between centrally planned fiat legal tender garbage and then Bitcoin, which is based on scarcity, application use, and demand, subjectivity of value, which is what many people would base something like gold's value on. And value is subjective to the individual and who's basing what on what. So that's really important to understand. It's an economic point that a lot of people miss because they put some magical powers on physicality, when physicality can, in many cases, play into the use case, but isn't the entirety of a value or of a valuation. I noticed Rudy Samaniego says, hello from San Diego, great channel, always great news. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. Love San Diego, my favorite place in California. I was just there a couple months ago. They got this great place on Harbor Island Drive, I believe it's called, in San Diego, this circular restaurant that faces the water. You can kind of see the airport. Amazing food, definitely recommended. I go there every time I end up in San Diego. Anyway, off topic a bit. But Juan Hernandez says, great stuff, Josh. Keep up the hard work. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. But anyway, we are watching a change of the guard happen before our eyes. Again, Bitcoin has hit $10,000. It's at 10,119. It's kind of wobbling around though, 10,115 and 10,160 area right now. There's a lot of fear, and there should be a lot of FOMO and a lot of people going, am I about to lose my shirt? This is part of the fun of cryptocurrency. There's no saying we won't see 75 in the near future. Very likely we will. But first, it's more likely that we will be hitting 20 in the near future. Which comes first, I don't know. But I think it's worth gambling on, in my opinion. Honestly, can you imagine any other market that's this incredibly bullish, other than, in new IPOs and stuff like that, and the companies that are already really big going public for the first time? Yeah, I can see that, but it's just hard to beat crypto when it comes to growing your valuation and catching up with 100 years of fiat, a fiat devaluation of a currency. It's pretty incredible. We live in an amazing time. All those people that say, I wish I was born in the 40s so I could join the hippies in the 60s. I wish I was born in the 60s so I could grow up in the 80s. All that kind of stuff. People always go on and on about this kind of stuff. We live in the perfect time. You couldn't have picked a better time to be alive. This is such an interesting time where digital money is replacing, and decentralized digital money without central banks is replacing all these things. Like there was a saying a while ago, like the biggest transportation company in the world, Uber, I guess, doesn't have a single vehicle in its storage. I mean, same thing goes with something like cryptocurrency. One of the biggest investments, or biggest investments, I should say. I've been doing this all day, done a bunch of videos earlier. Biggest investments out there isn't even on Wall Street. I mean, think about that. Very interesting time we live in. Let's keep it interesting, but keep it positively interesting. Let's do whatever we can to innovate this market and make it better. So anyway, I got a better video coming out on all of this. I'm just live. I saw it hit 10,000 and had to go live, and I'll be back at you with a new video breaking down all of this and the gold rush, I guess you could call it, as well. I'm going to a Bitcoin meetup tonight in Las Vegas at the Aria, in the Starbucks at Aria. A bunch of people meeting up at Aria in Las Vegas, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to come out if you're watching this and you're in the Las Vegas area. Come say hi. I believe Aaron, who's putting it on, is offering a certain amount of people coming in the door $10 to buy Bitcoin or something. I can't remember exactly what the deal is, so you'll have to check it out on Las Vegas Bitcoin meetups. But anyway, check out the Bitcoin meetup at the Aria if you're in Las Vegas tonight. Obviously, people are going to be very happy at that for obvious reasons. And of course, Anarcho Vegas coming up in Las Vegas, Nevada as well on July 21st. So get your tickets while you can. It will be promo code WAM, W-A-M, if you want to save 10% on your ticket. So check that out. Great speakers. J. Edward Griffin is going to be speaking there. Bo of the Fifth Column, Larkin Rose, Sterling Lujan, Ford Fisher, Luke Rudowski, Dan Dix, myself, Jeff Berwick. The list goes on and on and on and on. We got a free Ross dinner and all that kind of stuff. Candles in the Dark sessions are going on the 19th and the 20th. Free Ross on the 20th. Conference on the 21st. Make sure to come out to that. It'll be automatically following Freedom Fest. So if you're in the Las Vegas area for that, make sure to check that out. Again, promo code WAM. That's W-A-M. Save 10%. Anarchovegas.com. Check that out anyway. I'm going to get going now. Make sure to press like on this video if you haven't already. Help us get it up a little bit and into the algorithm, because again, we got 45 viewers out of 129,000 subscribers, which is strange, but I also have no doubt that the future of independent media will be on the blockchain. So this is just better news that tells me that we will win this information war eventually. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is until next time. I'll have coffee and be able to get my words out and think of words, because words are important in sentences, as many of you might know. Anyway, until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative.